I have the best tax plan of any tax plan that's ever been out there. Joe Biden's tax plan is the worst. You will never pay a worse tax under him by all measures. I have the best tax plan because I have the best people to help me make the best tax plan ever. No American out there making over $400,000 or under $400,000 will pay a dime more in taxes. Only the rich will pay their fair share in taxes. Only the corporations who have got more to spend out there will pay their fair share of taxes. My friend Donald Trump has the worst tax plan ever. You have the worst tax plan ever. I think who are you talking about? I'm standing up for the American people. I have the best tax plan. You don't know. Does Joe even know what he's talking about? I'm sorry for my horrible impressions of Joe Biden and Trump. But today, another one at AVK Wealth. My name is Andrew Contaxis, and today we are talking about Trump and Biden. Today's episode is Don't Get Hit in the Taxes. I got my new office over here, and I am ready to go and talk about taxes in the 2024 election because this is going to have a lot to do with you and how it impacts you. And again, our financial education is making sure you are financially knowledgeable to make the best decision when it comes to the polls and makes the best decision when it comes to your life. So let's go. First up, let's add to the stage. We got Trump v. Biden. Under Trump, he has four major components to his tax plan. One, he is going to try to keep individual tax cuts the same. So for all intents and purposes, everyone of you that are a W-2 employee, your tax will be pretty much the same. He's going to try to lower them for you if he can. Two, this is new. This is when we haven't really seen anything like this. Tips. So if you are a server out there and you are getting tips on bartending or serving plates of food or wherever you're at, he's saying that you will be exempt from paying taxes on those tips. That you'll be able to keep those clean. So for all the servers out there, Donald Trump's got a great tax plan for you. And then when it comes to tariffs and trade, he wants to put taxes on other countries sending stuff over here, which has a potential downfall for the prices being passed on to the consumer, which means that we would have to pay more for goods if the other countries want to pay more to get their stuff over here. And the last one, corporate tax rates. In 2016, Trump was able to lower the tax rates for all corporate businesses, and they loved him for that. And this time he wants to lower corporate rates from 21 to possibly 20, maybe even 15%. So again, individual tax cuts stay the same. Tips for servers that you get to keep those taxes. Tariffs on other countries when they're bringing the goods over here. And then corporate tax rates being lowered. On my man, Joe R. Biden, he's got a couple of things. His plan is a little bit more extensive. He wants to bring the tax rate up for all businesses, but he wants to keep the marginal tax rate lower for all of the W-2 employees out there. The big thing is nobody is going to pay a dime more if you make under $400,000. Now, if you make over $400,000, yeah, your tax rate might be hiked up from 37 to 39%. So again, let me make sure I say that if you make under $400,000, or again, if you're filing jointly at $450,000, you will not pay more in taxes. But if you make more than that, your tax rate is jumping up to 37 to 39. Next, he wants to put taxes on all long-term capital gains. So for example, if you have a property and you hold that property for 5 to 10 years and you go to sell that because you have a long-term gain, that he wants to tax you with that with incomes over $1 million. Next, corporate taxes. He wants to move the tax rate back to where it was from 21% to 28%. He also wants to increase the corporate book minimum tax rates, and he wants to expand international tax provisions. So he's looking to get taxes from all businesses and people who have money to give. Next, number 3, estate taxes. So He wants to extend the net income investment tax rate to cover more types of income and increase the rate to 5% for incomes above 400,000. So again, going back to those people who have over incomes of $400,000. Again, tax unrealized gains at the death. So when you die, if you have gains exceeding $5 million, he wants to tax you. And he's going to tighten up all those tax regulations. Next, tax credits and tax deductions. And we'll come back to this one a little bit later. But basically, if you make under a certain amount of money and you have children, this means we'll go over, but I'm going to say for right now, under $50,000, and this is combined, I believe, that you can get a tax break or a tax credit that will go to you. So this is for our low and medium income housing families. Joe Biden also has a special provision where he wants to quadruple the tax rate on all stock buybacks from 1% to 4%. So those corporations, they're trying to buy back their stocks because it may have money for them. He wants to tax all that significantly, 4 times the amount for all those corporations. So, excuse me. How'd that get in there? Oh my. If you're liking the information that you get, please subscribe to the channel and go to my website to register for your free personal financial statement that you can get that will help you with all of your finances. And if you keep on looking at my channel, we will go over all things personal finance to be able to help you. But this will help you get your money in order. This will help you get your assets in order. Again, people talk about, I want to go budget. I want to go do this. If you fill out that free personal financial statement, I guarantee it will give you a great picture of where you are financially. And then the next steps will pop out at you about what to do, about where you want to go, whether you want to make money, you want to save money, you want to invest money. So go to avkwealth.com/register to be able to register for our website and our newsletter and get that free personal financial statement. And also, please subscribe to this channel if you are getting information, valuable content here. So move on. So in summary, if you're under Donald Trump, taxes for corporations will lower. He may lower taxes on individual rates. Tips for servers, they are not going to be taxed. And he's going to increase tariffs. Under Biden, he's going to pretty much raise taxes on all corporations to get it back to its original rate, tax long-term capital gains. He's going to tax households making over $100 million. He's going to tighten estate taxes. He's going to enhance the child tax credits. So, and he's going to, again, 4 times the amount on stock buybacks. So, like, what does this really all mean when we're looking at Trump versus Biden? Under Biden, corporations are going to take a huge hit. All businesses, you are going to take a huge hit. I just hope that the small businesses don't take a huge hit because they can be under the business veil, if you look at it from a tax perspective, that they could be hit kind of hard too. So I do understand that Biden wants to make sure the wealthy pay their fair share because they have money to spare, and that money can go into our economy and help build it back better and make sure we have all the infrastructure plans that we need. So under Biden, that's going to be good. The problem is he's taxing the wealthy. The wealthy have a lot of influence, and the wealthy are able to move and shake, and the wealthy know about money. And they can hire a lot of tax professionals to be able to navigate that system. So where they may got up front, that means they may have to pay those taxes up front. My personal opinion is because they have a financial education, they'll probably be able to maneuver that system and find some other tax code, or may be able to propose something in Congress to be able to give them a break, or they'll find their way. I'm not too worried about the wealthy and the rich finding the way around the tax code. They're very good at that because they know how to allocate their money wisely so they can keep more of the money. Now, for the average household, that is majority of the people out there watching, this is not going to change things for you very much. Basically, you're going to be able to keep your same tax rates. Not much is going to change to that. The big thing is the child tax credit will be extended. So if you have, again, making under 50,000, we'll get to that in the next slide, and you have a certain amount of kids, that you should be able to get a tax credit to lower your tax burden for you. Now, under Trump, if you enjoy Trump, he's going to lower taxes on all corporations, which is going to be great because businesses are going to be able to keep more money and hopefully, if they're good corporate citizens, be able to reallocate into the business, be able to serve more people, be able to perform more services, give out more goods, and be able to help our country. Because for me, I do personally believe business definitely helps run our society. Without business, we're not able to trade and sell goods across our country to make our country run better. But those corporations need to be good corporate citizens. Now, the big question mark for me is those tariffs. The planning that's coming out is not looking good because they're saying that because these countries have to pay more, those price of goods will be passed down to the consumer, and the consumer will be paying more for their everyday goods because of those tariffs, which would not be so good for the average tax individual. Now, again, the tip thing. The tip thing is also new. That's kind of unheard of, and we're not quite sure how that would work if those servers just kept the money instead of having to report it on their taxes. So I'm not quite sure how all that's going to work out, but when more details come about how what they're actually going to do, I'll let you know. Now, I'm going to kind of fast forward here. We'll go back to that last slide a second. But again, the Earned Income Tax Credit is a refundable tax credit aimed at benefiting low to moderate income working individuals and families. So the income requirements here are $53,865 if you're filing jointly with 3 or more qualifying children. It would be $47,665 for a single head of household or widowed. And then lower limits may apply for fewer qualifying children. And again, you have your different amounts of children there. So if you are making under those requirements, that you are eligible, depending on how you file your taxes, for those tax breaks. Now, keep in mind, both plans, Trump and Biden, I can't help myself. Keep in mind that these platforms are subject to go into Congress. So Congress has to vote. Congress has to make these plans happen. And that's under the stipulation that one of these individuals are elected for the next president of the United States in 2024. So first one of them's got to get elected. Next, after they get elected, they got to go to Congress. They got to ask them, say, hey, I have all these plans. I want to do this. I want to do that. And they have to get the Senate and the House to agree with them and get them to vote on it and pass these pieces of legislation and for them to actually go through. So just because they say something to you doesn't mean that that is actually true. It is up to you. So I will leave you with this today. Make sure you are aware of taxes. Make sure you're aware of how you're being taxed. Again, for Biden, the big thing is if you make under $400,000, not much is going to change for you. Mostly it's going to stay the same. Now, the big thing is hopefully Biden can get those taxes from the rich to be able to invest into our infrastructure to make our society better. So that's where the average consumer is going to see the biggest gains. But it's not going to be in their tax book unless, again, you get that tax credit for your kids if you make under a certain amount. But the rich are going to have to pay for that. And again, that's all the corporations. Those are the stock buybacks. That's a lot of various ways. Now, under Trump, again, the big thing is he believes in business. And by lowering those taxes, he believes that that money will be funneled back into the people by, again, creating more goods and services. But you're going to have to figure out which one is best for you. Is it Donald Trump or is it Joe Biden, who nobody's going to pay a dime under $400,000? So I will catch you on the next one. Oh, and please leave a comment below. Are you a Trumper or are you a Biden? Which tax plan do you think is better for you? Because I would like to know. And also, let me know if you have something you want to discuss on this channel, anything you want to talk money-wise. I would love to discuss it. All your feedback is better. And last but not least, before I sign off, I'm so grateful. I have close to 60 subscribers right now. I've got a lot of positive feedback on the channel. I'm just truly grateful for everything you guys have done. Please subscribe. Please keep tuning into this channel. Please keep coming back for more financial education because it's my goal to try to reach as many people as possible on this platform and help you with your money so you can make more of it, save more of it, invest more of it, and so that you can reach the dream lifestyle that you are looking for. So until the next one, I'll see you later. I'm Andrew Contaxis at Financial Education, AVK Wealth.